I know y'all been waiting on this video. And I've been waiting to do it. But I had to get to the charging station, man, you know. Errol Spence says boxing is effed up. Not if you were Turkey Al-Rashid. It's just the truth, man. You know, I sounded the alarm during, I just had some pistachio, so. With the Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence negotiations, and I was crazy. Oh, you hating, Fred. You this, you that. And the most ironic thing is, what I said, Terrence Crawford actually went through. Now, you can look at it from a multitude of ways. You can look at it like you can respect Errol Spence for being loyal to the guy that got him started and made him a multi-millionaire, and you know. Or you can say he used Errol Spence to liquidate the hedge fund money between him and his boss, Errol, because what you got to understand is everyone at PBC had a boss because it wasn't their money. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to take y'all down that road. I've done videos on that already. I want to stay here and say, when it's over, it's over. And we misdiagnosed the word loyalty. It has to go both ways. Loyalty is, hey, all PBC fighters, listen, the budget done dried up. We probably got about $100 million left. It don't look like it's going to last long. And I want you guys to start. I'm going to help you guys. We're going to attempt to get some outside contracts or whatever. And Bob Arum did. Bob Arum's deal is up July 1st. Sometime July 26th, I heard, you know. We've never had that conversation publicly with the people in charge of PBC. Everything is so hush-hush and lies, and people believe in the bamboozle. Well, I'm here to tell you guys, a man that I respect, Malcolm X, followed a man too many years too long, right? He followed Elijah Scam Daddy Muhammad, you know, too long. You know, when he woke up, it was a little too late, you know. When I realized it was Scam Daddy stuff going on over there, I said, you're crazy. And that's what you got to do. You have to speak up to save the world, man. And that's what I did. I gave you guys all the information that I had, and you guys thought I was fishing for it. What is that called? A permission? No, a credential. I don't care about credentials. In 2018, 2019, I was bigger than a credential. Bigger. And then COVID came. Don't you know the last 5 fights I covered, I didn't have a credential? You know? Y'all wouldn't know that. Got the same access, hung out with the same people, got the same interviews. Matter of fact, when you don't have a credential, you can interview in the arena. When you have a credential, you can't interview in the arena. You know, I'm talking about during the fights and stuff. They tell you to go to the media section. So the only disadvantage is the post-fight press conference and the press conferences leading up to the fights. But I had everyone's phone number, so I would just go to their room and interview them. You go look at my channel, you know. Or hop in the car with J-Rock and Breadman. You know, I thought that was an epic interview. That shit had over 1 million views. If y'all like boxing and black culture, you know, like y'all say y'all do. I don't know where it's at now, but The point I want to make is this. The truth sounds like hysteria when you're caught up in it, right? Just like the Democratic Party will have you believe that Donald Trump is a racist. Before 2016 or 15 or 14, Jay-Z wanted to be like Donald Trump. Diddy wanted to be like Donald Trump and or Hugh Hefner. You know? He wasn't racist when he was funding Mike Tyson's career. He wasn't crazy when he was helping Don King under the table. He wasn't crazy when he used his jet or racist to help Nelson Mandela when everyone turned him down. He wasn't crazy when Jesse Jackson walked up to him and asked him for a handful of millions of dollars and a piece of property so he can start the Rainbow Coalition. Now, let's just assume he is racist. Does that make Joe Biden not racist? You know, the most telling thing about Joe Biden ever said was, it'll be a jungle if we integrate these schools with the busing program. That's all you need to know from Joe Biden. But, you know, he's the third black president. The first one was Bill Clinton. The second one was Obama. And the third was Joe Biden. And I said all that to say this. We got to stop being CNN babies. And I'm talking to Errol Spence. I'm talking to PBC. I'm talking to Top Rank. I'm talking to everybody. Tim Bradley is one of us now. He's a YouTuber. He's just box. He's just a better boxer than me. I'm a better YouTuber. Matter of fact, I think I'm the best YouTuber. You know what I mean? Just don't have the time anymore. So, with all this being said, Malcolm X, when he realized that Scam Daddy Muhammad was a fraud, he spoke out against it. That's your obligation to humanity. That's your obligation to God, right? When it goes wrong, you got to tell the people it's wrong. I did that, and I looked like I was crazy. Oh, man, how could you go? I didn't know until I knew. Which one of these PBC fighters is going to step up to the plate and say, Al Heyman, the ride is over? I'm just going to use the term, the ride is over. Somebody got to say it. No more third person, no more this. No. Got to say it. You know? And that's what's impeding men like Errol Spence. Don't you think it was hard for Malcolm X to say Elijah Scam Daddy Muhammad was sleeping with his underage secretaries? But the truth was more powerful than his allegiance to the Nation of Islam. The truth was more powerful than my allegiance to PBC. Y'all know what I was making. Ballpark figure, you know. I was doing well. I had the #1 show during COVID. Intentionally. I could do it again. 100%. I'm free though. I've been free since y'all known me. I just didn't know. You understand? I was moving in accordance to a lie. And I wasn't afraid to say I was wrong. That's the problem. We're afraid to say we're wrong. And we got this thing called loyalty. We done misdiagnosed, misdefined what loyalty really is. Because on the other side of loyalty, they got to be loyal to you and say, you know what, it's over. I was wrong. So I don't know what Errol Spence meant by boxing is effed up, but is Turkey Al-Sheikh another Al Heyman? I don't know. or is turkey out of the sheet a straight up dude? Time will tell. But today, 2025, see, Mikey's paying y'all well. And on my side of the fence, now that I'm just strictly a fan and I just respond to whatever I want to respond, I'm happy. I can get in the fights that I want. Now we know who the best heavyweight in the world is. We gonna know who the best light heavyweight in the world is. You know what I mean? We gonna get the theatrics for that bring more fans into boxing with Terrence Crawford and Canelo. You know, so in the past 60 days, in the next 60 days, we done secured 2 of the 17 weight classes. There is no discussion on who the best is. And we done got the TV. We done got the biggest media appeal fight. So 3 of the 18 things that can happen in boxing that's gone well has gone well. You know, there's 15 other divisions. Well, Bridger weight, so maybe 18. You know, it's going our way. You know, I have the right to disagree with the people that's helped me get to the place I am in boxing. I can disagree with anyone. I disagree with Errol. I won't disrespect him, though. Nah, I won't do that, man. He's been too good to me. I won't do that. So the reason why I would say, Errol, get back in the ring is because no matter how good you were to the people, no matter that you fought everybody that you said you were fighting, people can dispute the time or whatever. You got in the ring with them. You know, who was the champion? Ugas, Porter, and Crawford. You did it. You know? You can't let that be your last hurrah. You know what I mean? You got to get in the ring and beat somebody. I don't know if you're a Hall of Famer yet. Maybe you are. Some people would say you got to go get a belt in a second division. I don't know. I'm not a voter. I would have been a voter had I stayed in line. You know, so, but, you're going to have to fight somebody, Earl. And it's very apparent the tea leaves are mostly suggesting that PBC is broke. As I've said, you've been on PBC pay-per-view a handful of times, I'm presuming. You better audit them and get your money. Because the people who are writing those books are cooking them. And when the FBI come in or when they come in, you may have a large debt to settle. This is just an hypothesis. This is just an educated guess. This is just things that I've seen over the years, you know. So the books may say they've paid you more than what they paid you. And you looking at your bank deposits like, hold up, I didn't get that. You know, so you'll have to go in and get interviewed and prove otherwise, which will open up you to other tax problems. You know what I mean? So, and that goes for all of them PBC fighters. Gervonta Davis owed $3.6 million. Y'all go ahead and do what you do, man. I wish you luck, Earl. But I gave everybody the forewarning. When did Earl fight? 18 months ago? 18 months plus 12 is 30 months ago. I've been officially on this campaign. It's longer, but we're just going to say 30 months ago. I gave you the exact season and a year it would fold. I said summer of last year, summer 2023. I was 100% right. Stephen Espinoza lied to you every day of the year trying to discredit me when I told him the deal was done. I said, Showtime is pulling out this year. And he said, no, we're not. Meanwhile, he done negotiated his severance package first or second quarter of last year. You know how I know that? Because all the smoke said in September they negotiated to keep all their things in September of 2023. Who's their boss? Stephen Espinoza. So the first quarter or second quarter, see, I have common sense because I've dealt with these people. I've dealt with contracts. I've turned them all down to be independent. Now I don't even know what I'm worth anymore. I don't even care. It's not important. I'm worth more than I know. I'll know by April 16th. So April 14th, 15th, 16th, when I got to sign my tax, my checks and send them off because I got to pay quarterly taxes. When I get my new quarterly tax slips from my accountant, then I'll know how much I'm worth. Liquid and equity. But he lied to y'all. Stephen Espinoza lied. He lied and lied and lied. And I'm sitting here as a one-man army. And I'm giving y'all the play by play by play. I'm telling you the actual conversations Terrence Crawford had with Errol Spence. And I'm giving you the actual conversations that Al Heyman had with Terrence Crawford before he even came out and said it. I'm giving you the play-by-play what Al Heyman is telling Errol Spence. How do I know these things? Because they got a mole in the camp that's struggling with integrity, but still needs a paycheck. So you know what they did? They said, Fred, here's the reality. Here's what's going on. I was so accurate that Bomac called me and said, how did you know? I can't lie on my platform and use people's names. How did you know this was going on? He said, who's your source? I said, you know I can't tell you that. You know I can't tell you that, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking that to the grave, champ. But I gave the people the information. On the Errol Spence side, it was because I love Errol Spence. On the Terrence Crawford side, it's because it was right versus wrong for me. I wasn't on the campaign to be anti this and anti that. Because you know how? Because I called out Bob Arum too for disrespecting now Kate Scott. Remember? He called her a bitch and this and that. And I called him within 24 hours. I said, you owe them an apology. Guess what? It's on my platform. Go them an apology. It's about right versus wrong. It's not about, see, black versus right is going to make black wrong eventually. That's what you got to learn. I've learned this. That's a powerful statement I just said. Y'all write that down and keep it, because I'm going to forget it. I do so much talking. But I got 20 minutes left. This video was 18 minutes. So I'll be here for 38 minutes charging the car. We just had one workout today from 10 to 12. We got practice from 3 to 5. And then we're going to a high school game. That's why I can't do the show, because Lincoln is all in on basketball. And one publication has him the best fourth grader in California. You know? We're not sitting on our laurels just being the best in California. We gonna work. Because guess what? $1 million didn't fulfill my appetite. Nah. $100,000 didn't fulfill my appetite. $5 million didn't fulfill my appetite. So being the best is not what we at. We're talking about being the best that we can possibly be. Making the most money I can possibly make is the goal. You know? So anyways, the reason why I'm not all excited and rah is because I want this message to be received, because I genuinely care for Errol Spence. Genuinely. The man has helped me so much with my platform. You know what I mean? Giving me, it's not just the interviews, it's the credibility, right? So if I interview Errol Spence, that means everybody that's under Errol Spence will want to interview with me. It's a credibility thing. So I can't quantify how impactful he's been for me. Deontay Wilder. I don't even want to mention other people's names because then I will mention. Now, because I am a man that's aligned with God, I have the right to disagree with any man that walks this earth. Do I have the right to disrespect any man? No. You know what I mean? If you ever want to know how good God is, never ask Peter. Write that down. If you ever want to know how good God is, never ask Peter. Why did I say that? Because you never ever want to go to a person that will disrespect you. They may disagree with you, but not disrespect you. So y'all take this video to the bank. This is a priceless video that I just dropped. And whoever receives this message is whoever received this message. Now, I got one request. I got one request, Earl, and all the PBC fighters. Whenever you have time, feel free to tweet, Fred from Barbershop Conversations was right. That's all I ask. Somebody do it. Peace, y'all.